Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. This is Dr. Sheri coming in hot with power tables. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. Hopefully, you survived most of the summer here in Texas, at least, where we have had triple digits for we can't even remember how long it's been. But anyway, it's been that kind of a season. But we're getting a little bit of relief now, just a little bit of relief. Getting a little bit of relief with some of the rain and a little bit cooler as I take some of the walks and all that stuff in the morning. And I hope you're getting in touch with nature, but trust me, get it done early in the morning, late in the evenings. Stay hydrated. Yeah, I'm Dr. Sheri again, here, CEO of My Best Life Academy, and we're bringing you power tables. You know how we do it. This is where you bring lunch, and yep, we bring the tea. We bring the tea. Listen, there's been lots going on all over country. It seems like everybody's got an opinion about this or about that. But one of the hot topics coming in as we're getting ready for a political race and gear up is kind of how we do work or maybe how we don't do work. And I just want you to weigh in just a little bit. I don't know where you're hailing from, but let me know where you're hailing from. Hey, cousin Connie, see you over there, girl. Well, she's hailing from Big Liberty. We can tell you that one. I'm telling you, so glad to see you here. And hopefully you're up on the men, that's for sure. But listen, some of us are hitting the grind. You're trying to get a little bite of lunch right now. Some of you are trying to get a breath of fresh air. Maybe some of you are trying to get your right mind back on your break right now because it's been that kind of Friday, that kind of week at work. But I just want you to weigh in with your opinions and what you think about this. I was talking to someone a few days ago and they were talking about their work situation and it shouldn't be like this, and they went into a few other things about their faith, and my goodness, why is it so hard for us? Why do we even have to work? Oh my gosh, I think we should just be able to speak that thing and there it is. And I said, well, that's a part of it, but I think work is a little different. And they said this, work is a four-letter word. What? Yeah, yeah. Work is a four-letter word. So we know what some of those four-letter words were if you grew up down south like I did, where they had those passwords and they would say some things. It's a four-letter word. We couldn't say some of those things as little kids. I rolled off a few of mine as I thought I was grown. But right about now we're trying to curb a few things because we got those grand loves around. Can't say everything. Soak them up like sponges. They just come out and just air out all kinds of stuff. So yeah, they said work is a four-letter word, as if somehow it didn't belong in a believer's world. I just want to know what you think about that. Work is a four-letter word. And I said, well, expound. And they said, well, we're always doing these fasting and these prayers and these things. And then it comes about, we still have to go and get this job. We have to do this, we have to do that. I just think it just ought to come to you. Work is a four-letter word. I thought about that and I said, well, let me see. You know how I am. Let's see what God has to say about this thing. And so I'm looking up some stuff in Genesis. And one of the first things I see in Genesis is that when he had finished all of his work, it didn't say labor, it didn't say speaking, because he spoke everything. Yeah, he did. But it said after he finished all of his work, then he rested. God is using four-letter words. Yeah, he is when it comes to this one. Because see, work is not what we think it is. We translate work to be a job, an occupation, just labor. But real work has something else in it. It has purpose in it. And that's what we want to talk about today. Because when you are working purpose, it seems like you're not working at all. I know some of the things that I absolutely love to do. I love being around people. I think most of you know that. I love actually sharing my faith. Yeah, I love doing that. But I love just seeing people get together and have a great time in unity, whatever that thing is. I just love to see them do it. And so when I'm in my element, when I'm in my zone, as I say, and I work something, I don't mind serving. I don't mind cooking. I know this is the MD. I know this is the preacher over here that wears the hat. I know this is the person with the big. I know all that stuff, the entrepreneur. But let me tell you, I get great joy out of serving others and seeing them smile. I get great joy out of that. I get great joy out of fixing dinner for my husband and seeing him smile as I sit that plate down and he's elated. We were just at a family reunion. I really didn't eat much. I was in the kitchen. I was serving. When everything was over, I was in dishpan water up to my elbows almost. I was serving, but I got to see my family. I got to see them enjoy. I got to hear them laugh. And y'all, after a pandemic, 3 years where a large part of our family was just MIA and some of them have even passed on, it was great to be in that vicinity. Yeah, we missed some faces, no doubt. Some on the line with me right now. But to be in that atmosphere and to serve in the capacity that I could serve, oh my goodness, what joy. It did not seem like work to me. Hours had passed. I was peeping in and out saying hello to people. They were coming in the kitchen. They were greeting me, giving me hugs. They were giving each other a little dap. Whatever that thing was, the program was going on. It was so beautiful. I could see the kids coming through. Some of them had grown up. Others were coming through chewing on their pizza and their hot dog, saying how good it was. I was looking through the window at the men sitting in the back, their little spot where they love to gather. That's where the family men gather together and they cook the heavy meats for us. It's either barbecuing today or this weekend. It was frying chicken. They were frying fish and they were making sure that everything was taken care of. We didn't have to lift the heavy things. Anything needed to get into the oven, we had some man pop in. They put it in the oven for us. When it was time to take it out, we just go tap on the window and here they come. But man, let me tell you, everybody was working. Everybody was smiling. I don't hear anybody grumbling. Some of them were retired. Let me tell you, when you get retired folks coming out working to serve you and they got a smile on their face, they're in their purpose. You see, the work he was describing was not the work that we think of. Yeah, we got to sweat, no doubt. Yeah, we got to put some skin in the game. I got all that stuff. But when you are working with purpose, you come out feeling fulfilled. In fact, while you're in it, you're feeling fulfilled. So yeah, I had my good wig on, y'all. And I told him I can't go towards the oven because it's my good wig now. Don't mess with me unless y'all got a wig fund. Okay, we're not playing. And one of my cousins, yeah, you still owe me some wig money. That's what it's about. We were working, y'all, working in purpose. I saw people sitting at the front, greeting people as they walked in. I saw people leave the hotel early that morning as I'm exercising and walking around the building. They're getting up at the break of dawn. This is not their job, y'all. This was work. And the people were smiling. Good morning. How are you? Hey, we'll see y'all in a bit. They had their shirts on. Y'all, we were live. We were lit. DJ was in the house. DJ was in the house. Didn't ask for money. I just want to know, did y'all like that song? Y'all like the way I ran that thing? We had our own personal musician. And oh, what a voice. Yeah, Cousin Devin, thank you for that one. I mean, didn't ask for anything. He could go anywhere, command any amount of money, triple scale at this point, as gifted as he is. But he brought his work with purpose to a family reunion to serve people he had not seen, some in about 12 months. That's what we're talking about today. You see, sometimes we're calling work by its other name, that four-letter word. The one where we really want to say some stuff, but we're trying to make sure that our paycheck is in the bank before Friday. Before we do that and act the fool, we're trying to make sure that we pay that light bill before we go off on the lady at the light company that could just now, they don't have to come out anymore. They just hit the little button digitally. They can shut you down. You know what I'm saying. We treat it like that, but that's not what it is. I know. This is the T on this side. Listen. We got to learn to work some things. And I just want to talk about a couple things real quick. And I'm out of here because I want you to enjoy your ham sandwich, turkey sandwich. Maybe you got fried chicken today. I don't know. Whatever that thing is, enjoy it because I got this. I got my tea. Y'all know how I do my tea over here. This is an herbal tea, by the way. And y'all, I'm going to start producing my tea. So y'all will see that real soon. But listen. Just a couple of things you got to know. One, maybe that's why some of our dreams have not come to pass. Because instead of working our dreams, we're treating it like a job. And we got to learn to work our dream instead of working our schemes. Yeah. I know, put that down. That's an ouch moment. We're working schemes, y'all, instead of working our dreams. We're trying to take shortcuts. My husband just had a conversation with me. He's throwing all this stuff down. So thank you, honey, for adding to this today. But let me tell you, we work schemes very well. Somebody tells us that they're giving turkeys away down at 5th Street over in Humble. We might not even live in Humble. We figure out a way to get gas in the car. We told people we don't have gas money, but we get gas in the car because we're going to work that scheme to get that turkey. And then we're going to try to sell that turkey that we don't need to somebody else for double what's on it. Scheme. Whereas we could have worked our dream and been able to purchase turkeys and give them away to families who are needing them right now. You see, the work has purpose. Work the dream, baby. Yes. Dream work makes the team work, or teamwork makes the dream work, however you say that thing. Work that thing. But we're so busy working schemes, our dreams are dying on the side. That turkey was only going to supply one person, one family. But your dream may be able to supply millions, maybe hundreds of thousands. I think about the man who must have witnessed to one young man and maybe didn't think much of it. Old preacher having tent revivals. But guess what? That one young man that walked through that day happened to be Dr. Billy Graham. What kind of reward, I wonder, will that old preacher get who was just in a tent revival, holding a meeting out in the middle of nowhere? And here comes a young Dr. Billy Graham, not knowing anything about what his purpose was to be. And God sent an old preacher in a tent revival. And Billy Graham hears the word. And that one word, that one night, went to that one young man who went all over the world delivering one message, the message of Christ, to millions. Walked into the White House as faith counselor to presidents. But guess what? Every time he walked in and worked his purpose, that old preacher that preached the word walked in with him. Why? Because that old preacher worked his purpose. He didn't despise the days of small beginnings. And sometimes we get so caught up with comparison. Y'all, your purpose is not like anybody else's. It was gifted to you. When God wants to set up millionaires and billionaires, he gives them an idea. He gives them an assignment. He gives them a calling. He gives them purpose. And he says, work that thing. In it is your millions. In it is your billions. Why? Because you're working to bring about the plan of God in the people of God that he's assigned you and I to. I know. Y'all talking about power tables. Talk about something else, lady. I'm going to talk about what I talk about. I'm going to talk about why we're not getting what we're praying for. Oh, that hurt. Let me get some more tea because I know that stung you because it stung me, honey. Let me tell you something. Prayers are not being denied by the God who hears them. Prayers are being denied by the people who pray them without a plan. Child, I'm telling you, we just may as well send this to corporate America. Because see, corporate America has worked their dreams. That's why some of us have jobs, whether you like it or not. That's why you got them. Educators out there are working their purpose. That's why little boo-boo came out with a degree and can actually read the contract, the fine print that says, I'm going to pay you X number of dollars to run up and down this field. You see, they're working their purpose. And they learn to work the dream. The athletes that we see on TV and we celebrate, they don't show up on Sunday or Saturday evening with a ball. No, they've been doing this thing for years. We're just now seeing them come to the forefront. Mr. LeBron James still wakes that thing up 5 a.m. and beats anybody else in there and is in there after everybody leaves. Why does he need to do that? He's a billionaire. We heard that a few years ago. Became a billionaire during the pandemic, no less. I know. Y'all click it off if you want to. That's fine. That's why the dream is not coming to pass. You got to work the dream and not the scheme. He could have stopped with just the basketball. He have his money. Might not have billions, but he got millions for sure. But he expanded some stuff. He had a dream behind that basketball. That was just one thing. And that was to touch the lives of many young people that may never see the platform he's on. And the billions showed up. Isn't that interesting? He got into purpose and crossed the threshold from millions to billions. He probably on his way to trillions now. I don't know. Hats off to you, king of the court. What we're talking about today is work. It's really not a four-letter word. And then we not only have to work our dreams instead of working schemes, we got to learn to work with fam and not scams. Yeah. That is the family, whether that is your work family, whether that's your biological family, whether that is your team that you set up, whether that's your church family. You got to learn to work fam and not scams. Why do I say that? Because we look at a young man biblically. Oh, Jacob, yeah, we could call him up. Jacob was good at schemes and scams, baby. He worked that scheme and that scam until he stole it from that birthright from his elder brother. And look, couldn't do anything with it because he was on the run. Big brother was after him because he was about to set it off. But they sent Jacob, his mom did, who got him set up in the scam, sent him to her older brother. And my goodness, did he get a lesson over there? He found out what a trickster could look like. And guess what? Right in the middle of seeing Laban work some master schemes and master scams, starting with a marriage ceremony. You ever want to mess with a man's mind? Mess with his woman. Oh my God, did he ever do that? And Jacob found out how it really looked when we worked a scam instead of working with fam. He found out the significance of what family really meant. When he got a wife he didn't want, but he had to take care of her anyway to get the one that he wanted. Yeah. But even the one he didn't want still blessed him with the one that he did want to set up his own kingdom. 12 sons. You couldn't shut him down. With a legacy. All of a sudden, the scam was no longer as important as the family. He began to work some things for the good of his family, for the lineage, for his posterity. He began to work some things in the way that they should go. And he became an old man, full of good days, lots of money. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Working. Work is not a four-letter word. It's not. It's not a four-letter word. One more time. It's purpose. It is purpose being pursued. And so if you're feeling or sensing that where you are, It's just a job. I know we have tough days. I'm not talking about that. I know we have crisis that occurs anywhere that we are, even while we're walking purpose. I got all of that. But you know the difference by now. I would always tell people medicine was the thing I was going to hold on to, stethoscope around my neck until I fell over, child. Until one day it was like, there's more. There's more. You don't get to rest your laurels right here. There's more purpose in you. This is a purpose, but it's not the only thing. It's a part of that. And then before you know it, here was ministry. The thing that, yeah, I still wake up 2, 3 in the morning with those calls. Yeah, y'all know some of those calls, and we won't talk about it right now, but I'm so happy you're in the family of God. It was worth it. Wake up and do it. Why? Purpose. Doing it with joy. And then it got to another place. You can't just stay right here within the walls. You got to get this thing out. And so here comes the business of mindset and beginning to shape people and their ideas, their creativity, their thoughts, their dreams into businesses, viable, visible in the marketplace. I love it. What are we doing? Saying it's okay to pray because he hears, but don't expect it to fall down if you hadn't worked. Okay? You got to work the works of him that sent us while it is day, because the night's coming. No man can work. It's one of my faves. Let me tell you, if we're seeing all of these people around us, some you're seeing less talented, some you're seeing less degreed, and yet the numbers, as we say, they putting them up on the board, it's because they outworking us. It's as simple as that. They didn't look at that work as 4-letter word. They looked at it as purpose is calling me. I'm going to pray. I'm going to fast. I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to church. I'm going to tithe. I'm going to give. I'm going to do all of that stuff over there on the spiritual side. But over here, I'm going to work. I'm going to have a day of creativity. I'm going to look at where I'm investing. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm selling. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm buying. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm developing. I'm going to look at my connections. I'm going to work this thing. See, there's a plan. There's a plan. And that's what I want to leave us with today. Work your plan. Work in purpose. And then you sit here and you smile. Even on your rough days in purpose. I'm smiling like this. Even on my rough days. Nobody shows up. Guess what? I'm still smiling like this. Why? I'm purposed to be here. And if I'm committed and consistent with being here, it won't be long. They have to show up. Why? I'm working the works of him that sent me while it's day. Somebody's going to come in the day because they know the lights are going to go out at some point. That's what I want to share with you today. What are your thoughts on working with fam and not scam? What are your thoughts on working the dream and not the scheme? What are your thoughts when you hear what I heard? Work is a 4-letter word. Put some of your stuff. I see you guys in there now. Hey, Minister Deborah. So glad you're here and feeling better. Look at that. Yeah, work your plan, sis. She works her plan, y'all, over at her business. I'm telling y'all got to check this chick out. All good. Yes, Sister Cuddy, you better know it. Got to work at purpose. I love to play these comments here. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Work with fam and not scam. That's good. Because see, sometimes we don't even know who our family is. I know. Family's not always blood either. Okay? I know it's biological. It's not always blood. They work in the purpose or they work in a scam. They work in a scheme. That's not the fam that I work with. Okay. Hey, and there's my own pastor there, Dr. Clayton. Hey, 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 in the house over in Liberty, Berean Tabernacle Baptist Church. Shout out to my pastor. Yes, yes, and we know that we have. When you ask according to his will, dream again. You better know it. I'm dreaming a dream, but I'm working that dream too. Yeah, working that dream. That's what's happening. Thank you, Pastor. I love that. Yay, that's my sis Lakeisha. What's going on, Keisha? Working it, working it, working it here today for the word, girl. Listen, I'm going to be hanging out with my sis over at the expo end of this month. So y'all check us out on Sundays. We'll be sending a little bit of information there. Love this girl to life. Good to see you, sis. Oh my gosh. This has been a day, y'all. I'm telling you, it's been a great day here. Ah, there's my first lady, Dr. Margie in the house. You know they're a dynamic duo over there in Liberty. Always listening. Love you guys. Love you guys. I'm telling you, y'all, listen. Tap into your dreams. Listen to me. Tap into your dreams. But while you are working the spiritual components, don't forget to work the natural components. And one of the things that I've always shared with my millennials, ladies, my mentees, when I'm pouring in, whatever that is, when we have those sessions, when we're meeting, one of the things that I always say to them, there is the spiritual that you must work, and then there's the practical. That's in the natural. You don't ever get them separated. And if you think that's what it is, according to my faith, I don't know what yours is, but according to my faith, I don't think God would have ever sent Jesus if he didn't want us to see a practical application in the natural realms of the earth. He could have kept talking to us as a foreshadowing. He could have done that, but no, he didn't. He put the spiritual, everything he had laid out in the Old Testament, and he drops it in what we call the New Testament, in the body of Christ. The practical occurring in the natural realm of the earth. And let us see him living, alive, tangible, visible illustration and revelation of who he is. And he worked the works. Worked it in such a way, he had his own treasurer. I know y'all can't do nothing with that. You got to tear out a whole lot of pages in your Bible. It is what it is. Tap into your dreams. And then tap into the family that's connecting with your purpose. Once you're in purpose, I promise you, purpose will pull people in. There are people on this line right now that because I'm aligning myself with purpose, they're being pulled in to my realm. I'm being pulled into theirs. Why? They're in purpose. And they work in that thing. And guess what? I know it's about to pay off. I don't throw out a lot of stuff. Y'all know that one. But I'm looking for some stuff in 45 days for me. I believe it's for some of you too. But you're going to have to work that thing. And some of you are going to be astounded. I know y'all going to call me back. Because there's a little something coming up. We're getting ready to do another master class. So a few weeks, y'all be checking that out. It's going to be probably next week. We're going to be unfolding some stuff over the weekend. We're going to let you know the dates. But let me tell you, you won't want to miss it. Because you've been looking at broken pieces and wondering what you're going to do with it. And all you have to do is put the pieces together and not throw them away. We'll tell you how to do that. Okay, I'm out today. I'm 4 minutes over my time. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I so love you all to life. Listen, this has been really good for me. Work is not a 4-letter word. Go tell somebody that. Somewhere in there. And go pull out your dreams, girl. Go pull out that plan, bro. And start working that thing. And watch what happens. You got to be consistent. You got to be committed. And it's going to happen. Okay. Talk to you guys next week. Power tables. Hit somebody up. Let them know we're here. We love you to life. Talk to you all soon. I'm Dr. Sheri, CEO of My Best Life Academy. Yep, that's us. I'm the 3M Diva. Thanks, Keish. Okay. Talk to y'all soon. Love you to life.